But thank you for joining this morning. Um, yeah, I hope you're all well and looking forward to this information session from the Citizen Energy Advisory Hub on how to apply for a Citizen Energy Panel and to answer the types of questions that you may have for your submission. So I will get started. Could we have the next slide, please? So I'll briefly just go through the agenda so you know what to expect from today. We'll just go through a bit of a welcome and the setup for today, so like the Zoom and the survey that we'll be doing. And then we'll be gathering your inputs to exactly know where you would like this webinar to go in terms of like Q&A, overview of the process, the application, guidance. So we want to tailor this webinar to be as useful as possible for all of you. So that survey will capture that goal. And then we'll give you an overview of what CEAH, so CEAH stands for the Citizen Energy Advisory Hub, is doing, why it's important to host panels and what benefits they can bring to you, and the support that we provide and what is expected from you during the process. And then also we have some information on the application steps, the types of materials, and the way in which we evaluate. And then we want to leave ample time for a Q&A. So we understand, a lot of you may have questions. We've seen that some of you have put questions into your registration form. And then hereby we've saved some time to answer those questions and any more that may arise throughout the process. If you do have a question which pops up during the presentation, then I would advise you to paste this into the chat so that you don't forget it and we can come back to it at the end of the presentation. So yeah, that's an overview of today, and yeah, we can get started. So I believe that this session is already being recorded. But if you would like to not be recorded, then please let us know, and we can make sure that you are not, involved in the recording whatsoever. But the Q&A part will not be recorded. And then, yeah, just if you would like to ask any questions, you can unmute yourself. I'm sure that everyone is quite familiar with Zoom. After being the COVID pandemic, everyone knows what Zoom is. This is our way of working now. And then yes, we do we do invite active participation. So utilize us now as much as you can in terms of asking us questions where you're not sure. Well, I'll answer any question. We can send it to the team if we don't have the question answer for you today. So yeah, this is a bit of an overview of the housekeeping, and we'll move on to the next slide. So I'd like to kindly ask for you to scan this QR code. It will take you to a survey, and this survey is where we will have a very short participatory experience in terms of allowing us to know what you want from today, because we have the option to cater it and tailor it to your preferences, so that we make good use of time and we make it as valuable to all attendees as possible. Because I know that some of you may have attended the previous webinar, which took place last month, but then some of you may not have. So therefore, we need to know exactly where the content should be allocated and the amount of time. So yeah, if you could all go into that survey, that would be fantastic. And if you do have any issues with accessing the survey, let us know in the chat bar or open your mic. So on this point, I hand over to Rebecca to share screen, and then she will go through the survey.
Yes, exactly. Hello, everyone. Thank you, James. I'm gonna quickly share my screen. Okay, I think now you should be able to see the first question, right?
Yes, we can see it.
Perfect. Okay. So then let's get started. Did you participate in the first webinar? We see some of you did, some didn't. Okay. Well, it's good to know for us, just to know what we will prioritize in this session. I think we can go to the next one. What is your current status of the application to the Citizen Energy Panel? Okay, not started yet. Some have submitted. Great.
So just to remind as well, the deadline for the application is on the 31st of January of this month.
Exactly. So you have about 2 more weeks. As you know, we are also happy to help you in case you still have open questions and need some, advice for the application. Okay, some are in progress still. Great. I think I can go over to the next one. What would be most useful to focus on during today's session? Oh, I see there's like a little issue because I feel like you can't click on it. Okay, but maybe you can let us know if you would like to talk more about the topics from the last seminar, like that we talk again about it, or if you would like to now focus on the application and the evaluation of your applications, or if you would like to ask us questions, what would you prefer? Otherwise, yeah, we can just go through the slides and we see later.
Yeah, I
You
think
can let us know if you have
we'll do a
questions.
recap of the last webinar because we checked that
First,
a lot of you haven't seen the content already. So we'll run through that, and then we'll have a quick go through the application steps and evaluation process. And then if you do have any further questions in regards to that, then we are open to one-on-one calls. So all you would need to do is email the chia at ricardo.com email address. Jenny, if you could put that into the chat, and then we are here to assist you 24 hours a day. We'll be there with a reply. So yeah, do reach out to us and utilize our support for any questions that you have following this webinar. And then we'll finish with a Q&A.
yes, thank you. What is your municipality's biggest motivation to apply? Okay, to engage with citizens in local energy planning is the most important motivation for now. Nice. Okay, great. Do you have any other questions you can put in here? Otherwise, we just get started. How confident do you feel about, preparing right now and then submitting the application by the end of this month? Okay, that's good, somewhat ready. And we're here today to solve last doubts and questions. Okay. So what support would help your municipality to submit an application?
If anyone wants to open their mic as well for this question, this is the final question of the survey, just to help us understand while we go through these sections, if there's any parts that we should spend a bit more time on to explain more thoroughly, and to consider during the upcoming presentation, a pre-agenda of the event. Okay. Okay, so we'll get started, but with the pre-agenda of the event, so we've got like a draft agenda to which there is a lot of topics that you can choose from. However, we open to have the flexibility of the municipality to design their own topic. So we can help with the development of the agenda, but it will be different for each municipality because perhaps, one municipality does their panel on, involvement of citizens within the new local energy action plan, whereas another municipality might do something on youth engagement and have their panel specifically directed to those under the age of 29 years of age and have more one about the future generation and youth engagement into local climate policies. So you can see that, the agenda will be slightly different depending on the topic that you choose. Um, and then you can always put topics forward that you want to do. So this is where we want to co-develop things to enable like the right topics to be done in the right context because everywhere is different. So yeah, main topics. So we've got the topics covered in the PowerPoint. So I'll get started with the slides. So Jenny, please could you share those? Okay, so the Citizen Energy Advisory Hub is also CHEA. We are a large project which is going to be around for the next 3 years, which is involving a large range of partners. So I don't know if you've heard of Rescoop, Icori's, us, which is Ricardo, Federine, um, Open Evidence, all these lots of people coming together who've got lots of experience in the citizen-centered energy transition in lots of different places we're based. So we're coordinating this contract on behalf of the European Commission to enable citizens to play a bigger role in Europe's energy systems. And we're going to be doing this through development of lots of materials and events. So the panels is just one arm of this advisory hub, but we really aim to be the one-stop shop for citizen energy. So yeah, do keep in touch, and there's newsletters available so that you can keep up to date with our project and the types of perhaps support that you can get from our project because we offer free technical assistance to projects, and that call is actually open at the moment. So if you are interested in applying for technical assistance, which is where a national expert will come and provide you with free expert support up to, I think, up to 50 days of support for free, then please do go on the website and check that out because, yeah, the application will be open for another week or two. So yeah, have a look at that and bear that in mind for future. So yeah, moving on to the next slide. So what is a citizen energy panel? So is a one-day event which will be hosted by a municipality. And the idea is that citizens would engage with you and facilitators there to co-develop the policy recommendations. So the key aspect is that the citizens are coming together and they are providing their opinions, and they would split up into breakout groups and short and into like kind of facilitated deliberation with facilitators. So as we discussed before, a bit about the topic. So the focus is on like the energy transition, climate challenges, and local priorities. But we want this to be as context specific as possible. So we're not putting up barriers to the types of topics that you have to choose. However, we do have a list of topics that we have created that perhaps you can have a look through and choose, and we'll get to that later. And then we provide support through the webinars. We help to train the citizens in terms of building up their knowledge before the session happens. We also provide local experts to come and help you with the session, which will also be responsible for delivering the technical assistance to communities, as I previously described. So yeah, we have a lot of really well qualified experts in all member states, which we're looking to deploy into this citizen energy transition. Yeah, and then we're also here every step of the journey. So we're here to help in terms of one-on-ones and, helping you with choosing the citizens to come and participate with the whole strategy. So it's a co-design kind of strategy because we want the power to be in your hands, but we also want to help you and reduce the burden on your side. So the next slide, please. So as you can see here, the why host an energy panel. So the municipality can face many challenges in designing energy actions that are, trusted, inclusive, and grounded in local realities. So these panels really help you to gather that citizen input, which strengthens local energy policy. And especially, when a lot of municipalities have CCAPs to develop. Perhaps you've in the Covenant of Mayors, perhaps your municipality is part of that. And these CCAPs can be developed through these energy panels. Another example is through the local energy action plans. This is another great valuable tool. A panel is a tool to obtain valuable insights from citizens on their priorities and also include them in the engagement process itself. So it helps in terms of defining local energy policy. Um, and then these recommendations are also taken into account and sent to the European Commission. So this, strengthens the local leadership and wider visibility on an EU level because the outputs will all be published and shared on social media and on our website to kind of like, celebrate the citizen energy panels that will be taking place over the next couple of years. So you can see some additional benefits as well on the side, such as like increased trust through participation, um, the CEAH expert support. So, I mean, we have a list of hundreds of experts which we have to support in every country. So the panel can be in the local language. So we don't want to remove those barriers, and we can have these people coming to support you. Strong evidence base for policy setting, as we all know, is very important to include the citizens and to give them an opportunity to, engage in policy when often they may feel excluded. And then this also helps with the social acceptance of future planning. And it's something that can be, widely distributed in terms of like the way in which the process of policy setting has been done. So this also complements local planning action. So it's a good way to communicate with your citizens, the types of plans that you have ahead, and also then early identification of implementation challenges, because this is a time where citizens will give feedback and their opinion, and then you can have a broad range of these citizens. We don't set a cap on how many you can have, like it's up to you, but we give estimates of what we think would be suitable, and it also depends on the venue. I also would like to note that there is the option if you want, but we do advise that these panels take place in person. But if you are struggling with the getting an event, like an actual place, a venue, then we can facilitate it to be an online panel. But I'd like to emphasize that we think that face to face is the better option in these cases, but we just want to cater for everyone's resource availability. So yeah, next slide, please. So who can actually host a citizen energy panel? So we are open to all municipalities in EU member states, but we also allow for joint applications. So say if you had some other municipalities that you would like to pair up with and split the resources in terms of like where the venue will be, and it also can help outreach, then that is, I mean, I think that's a great idea in terms of having a combination of municipalities to submit an application. So that shouldn't hold you back. We've already had a few queries about this as well, which we've replied to via email. So if you do want to, because and we know it's a bit of a complex situation sometimes. So if you do want to tell us what your situation is via email, then please do, and we'll respond to you. And perhaps even we can have a short call just to discuss any ongoing questions or issues that you may have in terms of if you think you're eligible or not. So obviously all cities, towns, and local authorities are eligible, and we're looking to do one citizen energy panel per country. But this may change depending on the amount of applications that are received. But we want it to be an even spread across the EU member states. And it's open to all levels of previous experience in citizen energy. We don't just want those that have done citizen energy in the past. In fact, we want areas which have high potential for citizen energy, but not so much awareness, not so much uptake. So this is a great opportunity to kickstart citizen energy, which is really taking a foothold in Europe at the moment in terms of, helping to create co-benefits, so local socio-economic benefits alongside the usual benefits of, generating local renewable energy capacity. We really want to be able to share these benefits with the citizens and so that they know what the benefits are from participating in the energy transition. Next slide, please. So the support provided by CHIA, this is a brief overview. And so we have before the panel, we have application guidance and clarification. So this is the moment that we are at right now. Please do email us and we can schedule a phone call whenever a time is convenient for you. So if maybe perhaps you have a question about a specific question in the application form, or anything in particular about the logistics, then do please let us know, and we'll be very happy to guide you on your future application. And then following the application and post-selection, so those that are selected will then have a one-to-one onboarding call. So we'll discuss the timeline. So we'll set the dates and the scope. So the scope meaning, the topics that you'll cover. So we think that one topic should be enough for a one-day panel. But this is where, we would have some back and forth into kind of saying, what we agree upon for being the content and the agenda for the day, because we want to tailor each panel to be specific to the municipalities' desires for what they want out of the panel. So yeah, this is kind of why we ask you what your aims are for the panel, so we can really tailor it towards what you would like and the kind of outputs that you want from it. So then during panel delivery, so we can provide you advice on the citizen recruitment strategy. So this could be, in terms of what age groups you want to approach. Like, do you want like a third of participants being under the age of 29, for example, because this is often what is done in these panels, because the future of Europe is going to be in those people's hands. But also, will you just pick people at random, or would you have like an open kind of invite so people can, see a flyer on a municipality wall and sign up and register their interest? So this is the kind of what we mean by citizen recruitment strategy. Obviously, we want it to not take up too much of your time, so this is why we will facilitate you on this journey. Also, venue setup. So we've got a wide team of event specialists. So Jenny is here with us today, and she's helping me share the slides because they weren't working on my laptop. So you can see that, we've got a good IT support and event support team with a lot of experience. So they can really help you with the venue setup and the key kind of support there. And then also panel content. So we'll help you. So we'll draft the slides for you, and we'll have the technical assistance expert coming in to do a talk. and can meet the citizens, someone who has been involved in this field for many years and is well qualified to deliver such a panel. And then we'll also have facilitated training sessions. So this is where, we brief the citizens on, the topic at hand, so the topic that we choose together. So we pre-train them so that they come to the webinar with knowledge to be able to make informed decisions. So then we have the 1 day event to be as precise as possible and to be as useful and efficient as possible. So we have these dedicated webinar series that we will deploy on your behalf and alongside you. And then obviously I've talked about these experts, so they are also going to be contracted and paid on your behalf. So they are also free. So these guys will be a key element of the panels. And then we have orientation materials for citizens. So we will professionally design guides so that every time so they come into the municipality, they'll receive a guide with all the pamphlet of like the agenda, the topic, and the types of key questions, which will look really nice. And also then obviously we'll have the slide materials that we'll develop with you. So our aim is to reduce the burden for you and enable you to use this tool, the panel, to address your municipality's contextual aims for advancing citizen energy. So as I said before, this could be the CCAPs, or it could be the local energy action plans, or anything that you have coming up. So yeah, I know every municipality will have a different context for motivation. So this is also why we really want to support you. And then after the panel, we have the structured format. So then the outputs, they can go into local policy recommendations. So we'll support you post panel into developing these local policy recommendations, which will also go to the European Commission. So we will synthesize the outputs of all 27 panels, and they will actually go into EU Commission planning and policy planning for the future. So it's good to know that these panels are especially good living labs, so they kind of produce experimentation of engagement with citizens in local policy planning. So I mean, I think it's quite exciting to be at the forefront of something like this. And then dissemination of the results and publication of the municipality's achievements. So yeah, I think I've already gone through this, but this is quite far ahead. So if we do have any questions on this, then I will cover them at a later date. So next slide, please. So what is expected from you? So what we want is for you to be able to submit an application. Hence, we have the webinar today to strengthen your confidence in why you would like to apply for this and what you need in terms of information wise, what you need to submit an application. And also we want for you to take leadership and kind of like the organization and coordination of the panel. So, I mean, we will be there to co-develop it with you alongside, so providing all the support I just discussed. But it's a co-development process where we want to empower your municipality. So perhaps in the future, you can take these learnings and set up something similar in terms of engaging citizens in events like this. So this is why we co-develop it, and we want to empower municipalities in this way. But yeah, the burden is definitely not all on you, and we provide you with a lot, if not most, of the materials and support to deliver these panels. But what we do need is, a selection of what we discussed before, a topic relevant to your municipality's energy transition. So yeah, selecting a clear topic, that's part of the application process. So we will bring up Rebecca will discuss some potential topics in a bit. But yeah, this is kind of context dependent. Also, the local facilitators, so perhaps like a member of staff to be participating alongside the technical experts at the panel. because we would need, someone to help with the moderation and to be there to kind of help with the delivery of the panel. So, I mean, I think that someone from the municipality would enjoy to see what's happening in any case. So we just would ask them to have a slight role in being a facilitator. And then also to, like as I was saying before, decide which citizens should come and the way in which you will gather those citizens to join. So, that could be, like having the flyers or like on your website or like email addresses inviting people to join. And it also depends on what demographics you want to invite. And then the final one is the venue. So finding a suitable venue, and then we can also set a date for it. But then if you do need it to be online, then if you can't find a venue, then we can take that backup option. So next slide, please. Is this okay? This is where I now hand over to my lovely colleague, Rebecca, to guide you through the next part. So yeah, do think of any questions that you might have, and then we'll have a Q&A at the end of this. So thank you very much.
Thank you, James. Yes, so I will go through the application process with you now, here just to get a little overview. First, in the application, you are asked like preliminary questions, but they are not part of the evaluation. So then, going to criteria one, these are questions about your motivation to host a citizen energy panel. Then the next criteria is about the availability and the accessibility of the venue and your strategy to recruit your citizens of your municipality. Then the next criteria and the questions in regarding to it are related to facilitators, if you already identified facilitators. Then the next criteria wants to know about your local partnerships, and then the chosen energy topic. So we will present you now a list and you can see either choose one of those or also choose another one. And before I go into each step, I just want to highlight again that we are really happy to help you during your application. If you have questions, just email us. Also, you can ask today, of course. So we are happy to help you, but also after your application, we can give you feedback, we can schedule a call and tell you what to improve for the next application. Okay, so now going to the next slide. Okay, so here, criteria one is about high potential and low uptake of citizen energy initiatives. As I said before, here we would like to know your motivation. So what is your municipality's motivation to apply to host a citizen energy panel? We would like to know if you already have plans how to integrate the results that you will obtain from the panel. Then, regarding the current level of citizen energy, we would like to know if your municipality has been involved or is currently involved in citizen energy projects, and if so, we ask you for a list of them and a little description of the citizen energy projects. Then we ask you about the amount of renewable technology that could be installed in your municipality, and then also the availability of technical assistance to install the renewable energy technology potentially. Then we are interested to know the perception of the municipality's citizens. Is there a growing interest in renewable energy or in sustainable energy? And then we would like to know about the current obstacles that you are facing. So what barriers have hindered the implementation so far of energy projects? Then we can go to the next criteria. Criteria one, here we want to know about the venue and recruiting strategy. So first of all, the first question is, what type of venue have you identified? And what is the likelihood that you will really be able to host it there? So if there are any factors that would increase the likelihood, for instance, because you have a partnership or because you own the venue. That would be, of course, great to highlight it here. And we also asking you if you have any backup plan in case the main venue that you wanted to host it in is not available. And then the strategy for the quotas. So we want to know what strategy you will use to select the citizens that will participate in the Citizen Energy Panel. So first of all, how many participants do you aim to recruit? Also, will you have some reserve? Then Sorry. Then we would like to know if you have any specific target group, like let's say age, um, or gender, income, etc. Then the selection process you plan to use. Again, we are happy to help, but here, for instance, if you will use random sampling, open call, or if you have already maybe a participant database from other prior citizen energy projects. And then how you will track progress towards your plan for the strategy to recruit citizens. Then going forward to the next slide. Criteria 1 is about your municipality's commitment. So the local government buy-in, we want to know if you already have a signed letter to host the Citizen Energy Panel, or if not yet, indicate a timeline when you will have it ready. Then we are interested to know if you have dedicated staff already established. So if you have identified maybe external partners or facilitators within the municipality, and then we would like you to explain also the role further of these people. And then regarding the municipal material support, we would like to know what kind of support you will provide for the event. So either translation services, printed materials, or also transportation. Then going to the next criteria 4 on the next slide. Okay, so this is regarding local expert involvement. So here we want to know if you have any local experts already identified within the municipalities or a partnership. So we would like you just to list them and explain partnerships with experts, and also if you have potential for a collaboration with an NGO, civil society that could help you to host a citizen energy panel. And then let's go over to the next part, the thematic area selection. So here, as we said already before, we present you some potential topics that you can discuss during your citizen energy panel. You can also choose more than one, but we believe one will be enough. You are also, of course, allowed to find another topic for your citizen energy panel that would better suit your necessities of your municipality. But this is just a list of ideas. And here again, in the application, we ask you to select one, and if not, indicate another one. So for instance, it could be about the financial structures, assess the economic feasibility of citizen energy projects in your municipalities, to identify funding, for instance, or next topic could be talking about the legal, technical, and financial obstacles, so breaking down the barriers. You could also discuss during your citizen energy panel how local governments could support citizen energy, so meaning analyzing enabling policies or support services. You could also delve here into whether municipalities should act as facilitators or should they lead citizen energy projects. Then making citizen energy work for all. Here you could analyze community engagement, social acceptance, inclusion, how to increase the engagement rate of public participation. Then from awareness to action, becoming an energy citizen. Here, this topic, this thematic area could be, yeah, talking and discussing about how to move from passive to active participant or active citizens in your municipality regarding, yeah, energy projects. And last but not least, another topic could be how to empower youth. As James was saying before, youth is our future. So it could be an idea to discuss how to empower the youth to engage in citizen energy projects. So, for instance, could be a panel for only under 29-year-olds. Yeah, but again, these are just topics that you could choose, but you can also tailor it to your own needs, of course. Then going to the next slide. This is, yeah, this is the end of the application process. Here, just for you to explain it again. Quickly, you have 2 more weeks, so until the 31st of January, to submit your application. We highly recommend you to apply during this round because depending on how many applications we will receive, etc., we will see if there will be a second call. That will be probably like late spring or early summertime. But we definitely recommend you to apply now. And as we said, if you have questions, we are really happy to schedule an appointment with you, have a call, and help you solving all your doubts. Also, after the application, an evaluation report will be sent, so you will know how well you performed. And yeah, then the selected candidates will be required, of course, that you will also confirm that you want to host a citizen energy panel within 7 calendar days. Okay, going to the next slide. I would just like to stress again that there are supporting materials. We have them on our website. Also, by the way, these slides are shared later. So here again, you can click on the link and for instance, access the application guidance, because what I was just going through with you, this is all provided in there as well. Also, we have a guidance document regarding why and how to host a citizen energy panel. And again, we are happy to help you in one-on-one consultancy sessions. And yeah, here's the application survey when you're ready to submit the link as
Good.
well. And then
Great, thank you. So yeah, just emphasizing that these one-to-one meetings will be very useful because every municipality, every attendee in this meeting will have different priorities for why they want the panel and what it should be about. So this is why we are advising to have these one-to-one meetings so we can properly discuss each application in more detail and give you the information you need to submit an application. So yeah, any final questions before we enter today? And you can go and get that nice coffee before pressing on to your next bit of business for today. If not, I want to thank you all for joining and your participation today, and also to Rebecca for co-presenting and for Jenny for sorting out the slides. So yeah, I wish you all a good day. Thank you, and hopefully we speak soon and reach out to us via email. Thank you very, very much, everybody. Goodbye.
thank you, everyone. Bye.